Well, the Malaysian government has officially ended the search for the missing jet MH370. The jet was on a routine flight from Kuala Lumpur to the Chinese capital of Beijing with 239 persons on board. The government has now sent out text messages to the kith and kin of the passengers on board the ill-fated jet. The Malaysian authorities have said that they reached this conclusion on the basis of unprecedented analysis of satellite data from Inmarsat. This move by the Malaysian authorities has annoyed the Chinese government, which has sought conclusive proof. To the relatives, they're a grieved lot. Finally, after about 20 days, we're looking at confirmation coming in from the Malaysian government that nobody on board that particular flight has survived. It's been a tough time for the relatives, as well as, of course, the authorities who have been on a blind search operation of sorts. But now they have confirmed that the flight did in fact crash into the Indian Ocean, into the southern Indian Ocean west of Perth, which is where the last signal came in from the aircraft. So absolutely no chance of survival there, and the Malaysian government, while going out and sending its condolences, also confirming that no one on board that particular flight has survived. But let's listen into exactly what the Malaysian Prime Minister had to say yesterday.
I was briefed by representatives from the UK Air Accidents Investigation Branch, or AAIB. They informed me that Inmarsat, the UK company that provided the satellite data, which indicated the northern and southern corridors, has been performing further calculations on the data using a type of analysis never before used in an investigation of this sort. They have been able to shed more light on MH370's flight path. Based on their new analysis, Inmarsat and the AAIB have concluded that MH370 flew along the southern corridor and that its last position was in the middle of the Indian Ocean, west of Perth. This is a remote location, far from any possible landing sites. It is therefore with deep sadness and regret that I must inform you that according to this new data, flight MH370 ended in the southern Indian Ocean. We will be holding a press conference tomorrow with further details. In the meantime, we wanted to inform you of this new development.
But heart-wrenching scenes were witnessed when all hope faded for the relatives of the 239 passengers as they were seen breaking down.
My son, daughter-in-law, grandson, 3 generations of my family. This is the extinction of my whole family.
The Chinese government should come out and say something to us. They should talk to us commoners.
And well, we've got some big news coming in. Jafar Sharif rules out contesting from JDS. Former Chief Minister Kumaraswamy has clarified to the media in Belagavi. Jafar Sharif faxed his decision not to contest on a JDS ticket. Remember, just yesterday we saw the JDS coming out and confirming that Jafar Sharif has decided to join the JDS. This was, of course, given by Zamir Ahmed, who went on to state that Jafar Sharif will officially join the JDS once he returns on March 26th from his trip to Mecca. But meanwhile, HDK going ahead and clarifying that, stating that Jafar Sharif has faxed his decision not to contest on a JDS ticket. This was a clarification made by Kumaraswamy to the media in Belagavi. So there, Jafar Sharif, what he will do next is still a mystery as of now, but clearly he has ruled out contesting from the Janata Dal Secular, as he has stated that he will not be a part of the party. The decision was announced only yesterday, where one of the JDS MLAs had gone on to announce that Jafar Sharif will officially become a part of the JDS once he returns from Mecca. And that was expected to be tomorrow, but it looks like he has decided not to do so and has faxed the same to Kumaraswamy. And moving on, 11 girls were rescued by the Nanbharti police last night. The girls who hailed from Mumbai were brought to Bengaluru in the pretext of being offered jobs. Soon after, they were pushed into prostitution. The girls were being housed in a shack near the Malatahalli lake. It is understood that these girls had managed to escape and called up the cops, informed them that this was what was happening and that they were housed in a shack near the Malatahalli lake. The cops immediately sprung into action and managed to rescue 11 girls who hailed from Mumbai. They also arrested 4 people who are understood to be pimps and responsible for this act. These 11 girls were brought from Mumbai on the pretext of being offered a job here in Bengaluru. Soon after, they realized that something was not right and immediately called up the police. Fortunate that in this particular case, the cops did manage to crack down on the pimps before the girls were sold off. But of course, this is becoming a worrying trend where several women are being fooled under the pretext of getting a job in different cities. They move and then realize that it was all a hoax. Well, monks are held in a very high esteem in Hindu society, but of late some monks have stooped too low in pursuit of carnal desire. Those people who are supposed to be role models for others have been caught immersed in enjoyment of sexual pleasure. One such monk was caught red-handed in Hubli. Here's a report.
The Pontiff of Shaileshwar Mutt, Sri Siddhalinga Shivacharya Mahaswami, finds himself in a spot of bother as he was caught red-handed in a compromising position with a lady by name Sumitra Meenappa. Enraged at his misdemeanor, the villagers have thrown him and Sumitra out of the mud. He was caught by the members of Kannada Kranti Deepa Samiti.
ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೆಳಗಿನ ಜಾವ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕ ಹೊತ್ತಿನಾಗ ರೂಮಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿಂದ ನಾವು ಊರಿನ ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ ಊರಿನ ಹಿರಿಯರನ್ನ ಕರೆಸಿ ಊರಿನ ಹಿರಿಯರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಒಳಗೆ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಹುಡುಕಿಸಿ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ರೂಮ್ನಾಗಿದ್ರು ಅವರು ಅಜ್ಜಾರು ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಒಳಗೆ ರೂಮ್ನಾಗ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಒಂದು ರೂಮಿನ ಚಾವಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, ಒಳಗೆ ಕುಂತಿದ್ಲು, ಹೊರಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬಂದು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್.
For the last 6 to 8 years, the Pontiff was believed to have this illicit affair, but the devotees did not dare to expose him as they did not have the courage to take him on. Sumitra, the lady in this affair, also hails from this place and is mother of a 20-year-old son. So lost was the Pontiff in her love that he rechanneled all the gifts that were given to him. Well, last month Sumitra went missing all of a sudden. Villagers were also shocked, but members of the Samiti guessed that the lady in question would be hiding in the mutt itself. And when they entered his room without his notice, the Pontiff was neck deep in love. We mean lust with the lady in question. While going into further details, the pontiff had reared a dog which would bark the moment somebody entered the premises. This would act as a signal from him to become cautious. And in his own room, he had a secret room as well, which was difficult for anyone to make out. For the last 1 month, the lady had stayed put in the room of the Swamiji. Once he was caught, he and the lady were ousted. The mutt in question has had a history of its own. It was founded by Sri Rama Mahaswami. Sri Siddhalinga Swami was made the pontiff in 2002. He was thought to be a highly scholastic monk who could lecture meaningfully for hours together. It truly comes as a shock for the villagers who had high reverence for him. For the time being, the monk and his lady love have been made to stay in a hotel. On Tuesday, a conference is likely to be held in which the future course of action will be decided. Prakash Nolvi for News 9, Hubli.